What's going on, y'all? What's going on, y'all? Janae here. Welcome back to the channel. This is Real Housewives of Potomac, season 16, season 10, episode 16. Reverse on that. Um, I apologize for it being late. I forgot. I forgot. I had every intention on recording on like Tuesday or Wednesday, but with my job, like end of the month is always kind of hectic for me. So I had to get some stuff together with that. And yeah, it pushed me back. But my work is completed and we is here and ready to go until next month. But anyway, how y'all doing? This is the season finale of the ladies because next week we're going to see Karen. We're gonna see Karen, y'all. Hey, Karen, she's having a whole sit down with Andy. It's gonna be like I can assume it's gonna be an hour-long conversation, and that is 100% fine with me. They dropped the trailer for the reunion. I'll see if I have time to because I'm getting my hair done also. So I'll see if I have time to maybe do like a little reaction video to that. We'll see. We'll see. If is that something y'all would like to see, let me know. Or if I don't do it for this for future shows and all that stuff. Anyway, so we pick up where we left off. The ladies go to the Four Seasons and sorry, they everybody gets to the Four Seasons and Angel is like, yeah. So they're supposed to be going fly fishing the next day and then they're leaving. So Angel says that she's spending the night, but she says she has to go home because Kay and Tia don't have their stuff because they again are leaving from fly fishing. So she has to drive home to get their stuff and they'll come back. So it is the next morning. Ashley and Jassy done went out and had a time, child. If you remember from the Jassy's bachelorette party, Ashley was licking all up on Jassy's right up here. I was like, oh my. So they had them a time. They were the party girls. So anyway, everybody's getting up and they realize that Tia, Angel, and Kay did not stay over. They did not stay over. Angel said she drove, back home. By the time they got there, it was like 1 in the morning, and it would have been pointless to drive back because they were already an hour away. All right, so they're just gonna meet up at the jazz, the fly fishing event. I'm like, maybe they should have went to a jazz festival or something. And then, mind you, they are supposed to be heading to the airport around like 2 because I think their flight leaves at like 4 or 5. You got to get to the airport like 2 or 3 hours. My rule of thumb is always like 3 hours ahead, 2 hours ahead, whatever. I ain't privileged where I could just, go through clear. I gotta wait. But the Houston airport ain't that bad. But anyway, so we so mind you, this whole episode we're getting a countdown for the time the ladies have to from their flight departure. So first of all, it's already like 5 hours to the flight departs. And I'm like, y'all don't really have time to do anything. Just go to the airport at this point, get you some breakfast and go to the airport. Like, because again, if you're flying, 5 hours is not a lot of time. You know what I mean? But anyway, so we, so anyway, they are leaving everybody's getting ready to leave to meet up at the fly fishing spot. And at this time, I think it was like 10:30 or 11, something like that. And no, it was like 10:30 when they got up, and it was like noon by the time they left. Excuse me. It was like noon by the time they left, and they're supposed to be heading to the fly fishing spot, which is like an hour and change away. Huh. Alrighty. So again, this episode was just everybody in the car. Everybody in the car. It was Tia, Angel, and Kay, of course. Stacy, Wendy, Jassy, and then the last car was Monique. Who am I missing? I'm not missing anybody. Monique, Giselle and Ashley. Am I missing somebody? I'm looking at the background. No, I'm not missing anybody. So they're all trying to get there. This thing got so silly, so silly. So Ashley, pretty much uh, Ashley, Giselle. Why can't I get these names together today, Jesus? Ashley, Monique, Giselle's car. They're talking about this whole Stacy of it all. I'm like, here we go. I don't care if Stacy did whatever with Chris, if they did it outside, did it upside down, did it off the ceiling fan. Don't care. But anyway, but if she did, so remember we caught Stacy on the hot mic saying that she did, they went on a date or hung out or whatever. So if they did sleep together, just stand in it. Just be like, yeah, we had sex or whatever. Just like, but I'm with my ex-husband. I'm trying to work things out with my ex-husband now. And that was a time where I thought we weren't gonna work it out. So just leave it at that, if that's the case. Anyway, so Ashley says that she saw Chris and she said that she asked him, had he been with Stacy, like had sex with Stacy, and he said he was looking around all nervous or whatever. And Monique was like, I don't know, because Chris is messy and all that stuff. So I don't know, and I don't care. But anyway, Stacy and Jassy start going at it because Stacy says she felt a way about Jassy talking to Sharice. Her and Sharice don't rock with each other like that. And then it gets into the whole. Then Wendy's like, "Well, if you want loyalty, it should be reciprocated." And Jassy asked Stacy, "Were you going to my wedding before you found out Wendy and Ashley were?" And mind you, I love Stacy because while they talking, Stacy was trying to open it. I don't know if y'all noticed. I pick up on little nuances. Stacy was sitting there trying to open like this bag. It was like nuts or trail mix or whatever. And like she was having the hardest time. But anyway, Stacy said she was planning to launch her business the weekend of Jassy's wedding. Jassy's like, but you knew about the wedding for months, which facts. You know about a wedding, like you get saved the dates. So you know about the weddings for months. So what's up with that? And then they're like, come on. And Wendy's like, you're not about to sit here and lie, Stacy. They start going off, going off. And it's like, it is what it is. Anyway, mind you, this whole time, we get like we get like 3 hours left. 3 hours and 30 minutes. Like, the time is going down. But so at this point, everybody's driving around trying to find this place. Angel is lost because Angel says this is not a typical place that they go for their events. So she don't know where the hell it is. She got the chef, out there getting everything ready. Food look good too. Um, and she done went up some hill, and is trying to reverse out. And Kay and Tia freaking out because I would be too because mountains and terrains. I'm sure Angel's used to driving on them because she's been there for so long. But me, I'd be like, no, please don't, please don't. Anyway, so the ladies finally, Angel finally calls and she's like, I don't think we're gonna be able to make it. Like, I don't even know. This isn't a place I'm used to going. So they're just like, we just gonna go ahead and head to the airport because from the fly fishing place to the airport is 2 hours. So what would be the excuse me? So even if they made it like on time, what would be the point to go fly fishing for an hour and then you got to change clothes or whatever you got to do and get to the airport? So it made no sense to even try to go. They should have just had like a nice little brunch, like Giselle said, and go on to the airport. But anywho, she shouldn't even plan. Tia. Why do I keep wanting to say Tia? Angel shouldn't even plan to try to even have some type of event the morning that they were leaving. Not like they had like a nighttime flight. Anyway, all right. So then So then the rest of the ladies, not so Angel is taking Kay and Tia to the airport, and then they go to the rest of the ladies go to a gas station. First of all, they was acting real high sedity, bougie, and all that stuff. They was like, "Oh my god, a taco truck, a food truck at a gas station. I never had gas station food." First of all, gas station food, depending on where you go, is busting. Okay, like I live in Texas now. I'm not used to that in New Jersey because we pump our own gas down here, and ew, who's getting out the car? I'm well up there. I don't live there no more. But you go to the gas station, get some tacos and all that stuff, get you a nice little breakfast sandwich, busting down here. But again, it depends on where you go. I ain't going to every gas station. There's only a few, and then the food truck. I was like, y'all ain't never ate from a food truck. Food trucks be rocking too. Anyway, so they go and get their food. They had like pizza, burger, like regular stuff. It looked good too. It looked really good. So they all sitting, eating, and all that stuff. And then everybody's ganging up on Stacy. Everybody's ganging up on Stacy because Jesse's like, "Oh," she tells them what happened in the car, and they're like, "See, Stacy's a liar. Stacy's this, Stacy's that," and everybody's ganging up on Stacy. Even Wendy's going off on Stacy and all that stuff. And Stacy walks away, goes to the car, and tries to get her bags. Like she's like, "I'm going to the airport." Where? You in the mountains? Where you getting an Uber? But anyway, so Stacy walks over and all that stuff, and there was a part that I saw in the season preview where it looked like Stacy was at the gas station. She's like, "What kind of friends are you? Where was that? Am I tripping? Because I know I saw that. Where was that?" But anyway, so pretty much Wendy goes over there. She talks to Stacy, and Stacy's like, like, have my back. You're my friend. Da, 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 da. She's like, but as your friend, I should be able to tell you. Like in that case, Jesse was in the right, and I should be able to tell you when you're wrong. Yeah, but you ain't got to get facts. But you ain't got to gang up on her like everybody else was, yelling at her, screaming at her. Just me. Like, yes, tell me when I'm wrong, but damn, like, absolutely tell me when I'm wrong. But the whole like yelling, cussing, and all that stuff, I don't respond well to that anyway. So yeah. Anywho, Jesse's crying, making me like, she was my friend. I don't care. But Wendy and Stacy patch things up. They hug it out. She gives Stacy a little smack on the butt, and that is that. And then we see everybody's recaps, which wasn't giving anything. So Stacy and Timo are still together. They have no plans to remarry yet. If they did, Jassy is not invited. Giselle lost the fight to her dad's will, unfortunate, but her daughter Angel became an AKA Alpha Kappa Alpha, which is the sorority Giselle is also in. So she has a legacy. Congrats, Angel. We saw that a few months ago in the vlogs. Ashley and Josh are still going back and forth. I don't care. And she's working on a children's book. Okay. Um, Angel was, they're in the car. Angel, Kay, and T are still in the car heading to the airport. She just feels like, nothing she did is enough for this group. Da 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 da. She said they are still in Colorado, but they did purchase a $2 million home in Potomac. Tia was not their agent. Apparently, Kay and Greg are better than ever, baby. I said, okay. But she is more focused on her business than getting married. So again, that works for Kay. That's them people's relationship. It is what it is. Tia and her sister continue to build their relationship. Okay. And then 3 months after the trip, Wendy and Eddie are arrested for fraud. And if convicted, they can face up to 15 years in prison. And then it's not over yet, y'all. It's not over because I think it was like a month after the trip, they said, or a month or two after the trip. We go to the correction office, the jail. And then there's flashing lights, all that good jazz and all that stuff. And then we see the grand dame has been released from jail. Karen, she done got her some braids. She done got her some jail braids. I said, go on, Karen. Welcome back, Karen. I know some people are like, she's a criminal and all that stuff. She paid her debt to society. They're like, she could have unalived somebody, but she did not. She did not die. So we can't, again, shoulda, woulda, coulda. Well, not shoulda, woulda, coulda, but like, thank God she did not take anybody out. And, hopefully she is really, really, really like, you know, in rehab or whatever she got to do to stop drinking and all that stuff. But we will see Karen next week, and I will see y'all on my next review. Later.